Hi everybody and welcome back to Lala's World. Right now I am not in my room that I usually film at. I'm actually in the hotel room. Um, sorry, still judging y'all. Okay, so I'm actually in New York. I was in Times Square for the weekend, but right now I am back in Brooklyn in another hotel because I chose to stay like a little later on. But that is besides the point. I just finished watching NXT Takeover Chicago. It wasn't. I'm gonna say first and foremost before I get started. If you are new to my channel, Lala's World, me, Lala, make sure you click on the subscribe button because and also turn on your notifications because for what I'm hearing through the grapevine from other YouTube sensations, that sometimes the notifications are a little jacked up. So you probably will have to turn off and then turn back on your notifications so it'll let you know that I had uploaded a new video. In addition, make sure you like and comment down this video. This segment I am covering NXT Takeover Chicago. My opinion of this was I will rate this as a 9 because there were some matches that I was looking forward to watching, and there was some I was just like, okay, not living for it. But they did their best. I'm not gonna take any credit away from any athlete that took part of NXT Takeover. The first match I do want to start with is the Undisputed Era with, excuse me, I do apologize, with Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly versus, I forgot, I'm not gonna. Oni and Lorcan. I think I said their names correctly. I'm sorry if I butchered their names. Comment the names below if I said it correctly or not. Their matches were very good. I'm going to tell you right now for what I saw. Whereas they had the utmost, whereas Oni and Lorcan had the upper hand. I kid you not. Even with the interference of Adam Cole, and even though he got ejected from the ring, it was still good, but unfortunately, with Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly outnumbered them because it was a 2-on-1 situation now, they end up retaining the titles. So, congratulations to them. I would probably give that match, like I said, it was very promoted properly, but it wasn't like I wasn't living for that match. So, I would give that match at least an 8. Now, the match I was really looking forward to because both these two guys are talented is King Ricochet and the Velveteen Dream. Now, these two has been going back and forth, back and forth. We're talking about shade being thrown on Twitter. They're going back and forth on NXT. And both of them in this match, you couldn't tell who was going to win. I didn't even know. I thought it was going to be a freaking draw because these guys are both talented. I watched them both. I remember Velveteen Dream as Patrick from Tough Enough. And I remember when he got eliminated, I know I was just shocked and everybody was like, the whole internet lost their mind. And then I remember Ricochet from watching him on Lucha Underground and as Prince Puma. So I follow them both on social medias and watch their work, and they're both fucking amazing. Now, for them to collide, it was bound to happen because, they both wanted the spotlight. Velveteen Dream wanted the spotlight the most. So he's looking at Ricochet like, dude, who the hell do you think you are? This is all about me. Now, whereas we have these two colliding, they both were... Whew, excuse me, I had the early morning. They both were like straight up like anything I could do better. But throughout the match at all, Ricochet ended up having the win. And the way they collided, the way they it was like everybody jumping out the chairs, like you couldn't tell who was gonna win. Pretty much, I will give this match a 10. Give it a perfect 10. Now, the next match, I was living for this match. It was with Shayna Baszler and Nikki Cross. Because Shayna Baszler walked around the whole of NXT ever since she won the title against Ember Moon. All of a sudden, freaking, she's like, oh, I'm better than all the women in NXT. I run the women's division. She's scaring poor Dakota Kai. More power to Dakota Kai standing up for herself, even though she didn't win. Then you have like, yeah, I'm running NXT, but sweetheart, you had a problem, and that problem name was Nikki Cross, and she's looking at you like, you don't scare me, bitch. I'm crazy. You can get these hands. Now, them two going back and forth at NXT, Shayna Baszler didn't know what to do. She did not know what it was expecting. She's like, who is this crazy woman and why is she coming for me? She didn't know what to do. So Nikki Cross was like, hi, I'm Nikki. I'm crazy. I want that belt, though. And the way these two collided, first, it was like Nikki Cross was having an upper hand. And then Shayna Baszler, she had her thing going. But then Nikki Cross, then Nikki Cross had her, upper hand going. But then, Shayna Baszler, gave her that coquina crutch. But the way Nikki Cross smiled till she fell asleep, it kind of showed a little foreshadowing saying, hey, this is not over. Let me just sleep it off a little bit, but this is not over. I'm still coming for you. So hopefully they continue this to the next takeover before SummerSlam, because that would be awesome. That would be real awesome. Same thing goes for back with Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. I don't know. To me, I don't think this is over with them two. But comment down below if you think this is over. This chapter is over. In addition, whereas you have the next match, you have Lars and Aleister Black. This was a series of a dark version, because we always have our David and Goliath matches. But this one was a dark version of David versus Goliath. And the way that Aleister Black was just straight getting his ass handed to him throughout all these past NXTs, I was like, no, this man cannot lose this title so quickly. But you know what? It didn't happen. You know what happened? Apparently, Aleister Black, it took about at least 2 or 3 black masks to knock Lars down. So more power to him for retaining the title. The match with Shayna Baszler and Nikki Cross, I will give that a 9.5. The match with Lars and Aleister Black, I will give it about an 8.5. That was because I wasn't living for it like that. Of that nature, but it. I'm not going to take credit away from all these athletes that took part of this, those matches. Now, the next match coming over, that street fight. Oh my God. First of all, I was scared for Johnny Gargano. I was like, oh, holy shit balls. When I tell you, I was scared for this man. And then on top of that, even though Candice LeRae was not having it, but Candice LeRae, she said, you're still my husband, kick his ass. Them two really freaking ripped each other apart whereas I believe Johnny Gargano in the end, he was so emotional. I think his emotions took over. So what lately ended up going down is that freaking, even though Tommaso Ciampa freaking used whatever he had, whatever adrenaline or strength he had left to still defeat freaking Johnny Gargano. The dude wasn't even in handcuffs, but he still, he still got it. He still got the win. He still caught the W. But I still think this chapter with these two, and with this match, instead, I will give this match a freaking 10. My thing is, though, let me tell you something. I believe that the chapter with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, I don't think it's not over. I think they're going to be the next takeover in SummerSlam. So most likely, I'm hoping to see that. So that's all I had when it comes to these NXT matches. And what's crazy is that EC3 was there. And he wanted to look at it and say, you know what? I'm going to freaking see who has the NXT title because I want to be going for that instead. You had Kari Sane over there. She was probably scouting for the women's match too. So who knows? Them two might come in and play a part in that as well. In addition, with that being said, the whole thing with NXT Takeover Chicago, I want to change my score from a 9 to a 9.5, just for the sake of that. It was majority of the matches that I was really rooting to watch, and it had me out my chair a little bit. So let's see what's gonna happen the next Takeover coming towards SummerSlam. Till then, that's all I have on my view for NXT Takeover Chicago. The Chicago crowd, it was a little nasty, not so much. It was just a little bit nasty, but let's see what happens in Money in the Bank. Till then, this is your girl Lala from Lala's World, and you guys have an awesome day. Bye.